Hi, I'm Shaun from Famous Faces.
Don't ever leave me again.
Had a very successful zoo trip.
I'm Sebastian from investcomics.com, and this is an echoey fic.
I'm back. That was pretty cool. First up, Batman number 10.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Oh, we gotta be really quiet. It's echoey as can be. So this was amazing. It's not the conclusion to the Night of Owls or Court of Owls, but it's pretty close. And there's a huge twist that everyone knows about.
Ooh, Scott Snyder knows his old was in continuity, is in continuity, but is back in continuity kind of stuff.
The whole year worth of this has been fantastic, and I cannot wait for more.
A million people, myself included, erroneously complained about
Greg Capullo
artwork earlier that now completely makes sense. We get it. Oh, but that and he. Oh,
all ties in.
Bravo, son. Bravo.
Batman and Robin number 10.
Also so good.
Say what you said earlier. In a week with 99.
Oh yeah, I said about this. I was like, they need to make these two books come out on separate weeks because
they used to.
Since this book on a week where you're 99.9% amazing, but you have to come in the same week as 100% amazing, it just puts you in a shadow that you don't deserve to be in.
I can't wait for more War of Robins. Damian is just, there's a reason
and finally, a Tim Drake in the New 52 that sounds like a Tim Drake.
Right?
Holy the cow!
And just, man, whoever this villain is,
take notes,
he's going to be awesome. It's just,
there's just all sorts of great stuff going on.
Batgirl number 10.
Best issue of Batgirl, did you read this?
Nope.
Actually really, really good. It's leading towards this Nightfall character that Gail Simone's been saying she's going to introduce, but the origin behind it, when I kept reading about the Nightfall character, I was like, but this story blew me away. These characters she introduced, the damage to the whatever. And you got a character called Catharsis, which she's awesome. It's just really, really well done. It's an emotional roller coaster for Babs, and it's just a really, really good book.
You know what else was really well done?
Oh yeah.
Before Watchmen, Silk Spectre number 1.
Oh, so good.
So good. Good old 70s times. Or 60s.
Yeah, and the art just simply.
Amanda Conner owned this book.
Yeah.
She made this her own. Darwin Cook storytelling, awesome.
This is Darwin Cook and Amanda Conner storytelling.
Yes, and I love Darwin Cook art, but this fit this story perfectly.
Oh, so good.
Green Lantern number 10. I'm going to get used to these months at whenever.
You're never going to get used to it.
But, oh man. This was an amazing issue. Wasn't a huge fan of the end, but it made sense. But
I
thought we were past this.
No,
I really thought we did.
You got to know all these colors are still in play.
I love this new Guardian guy. He's pretty cool.
The little guy.
Just like no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it's really so good.
Spider-Man number 1. Spider-Man number 1. This
surprisingly so good.
I know, right?
Doesn't deserve to be this good.
I hate on Bendis a lot, and a lot of people give me crap for it or whatever. But he can write Spider-Man with the best of them.
When he's on, he's on.
He should just write Spider-Man. It's 5 issues. Peter Parker winds up in an alternate dimension after fighting Mysterio, and there's lines there, and it's like, oh, that's that Mysterio. Okay.
Yeah.
And he winds up I don't know what that was.
I think there's a monster.
He winds up meeting Miles, and it's like, oh shoot, yeah.
And I will confess, I followed this. I'm a lifelong, Spider fan, but really, I'm here more for Sarah Pichelli and Miles Morales than I am for Bendis and Peter Parker.
Who knew? Scarlet Spider number 6. Wow.
So good. I keep saying that the Ultimate Spider-Man book is the best Spider book out there, and that the second best Spider book out there is Scarlet Spider.
People love some Kane.
Oh, this is so good, and they really get into
The villain's kind of creepy.
He's got he gets some creepy villains. You got some Craven stuff going on in the background. What do you call it? The art for this issue is just phenomenal. It's really, really good. A lot of fun. Read this book.
Amazing Spider-Man number 687. End of the Earth?
Yeah,
is it the end of the Earth?
It was okay. If the character that appears to have died in this issue actually died, I am going to be very, very put out. I don't want to say heartbroken, but I will say I'll be quite put out.
Continuing our Spider theme. Spider, number 2.
Spider number 2 is really good. It's from Dynamite. Really, really good stuff. You've got a woman with a scarred past who has taken on the persona of a an Egyptian goddess of death, and is bringing about a chemical zombie plague so that she can, and it's a pulp hero versus zombies with Egyptian god theme in the background. How do you go wrong with that?
Bad Medicine 1 and 2. 1 came out on Free Comic Book Day, 2 came out this week, but they re-released number 1, if that makes sense.
And I missed number 1. So I got number 1 and 2 this week, and I read them both and found it's okay. It's probably not my thing. I don't know if I'm going to stick with past number 2. It's all right.
AVX versus 2. Pretty good. I enjoyed both stories, including I forget who those 2 girls were in the back now. So Black Widow
and Magic.
Magic. Yeah, that was
Russian
really
Russian.
good.
Lots of Russian in this issue.
And for some reason, I'm even looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be Thing versus Hulk, or Thing versus Colossus, and then Red Hulk's involved. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. It was just a good fight, and finally the Avengers are starting to get, the X-Men are starting to get the upper hand. But knowing what you know from Avengers versus X-Men 5, this is kind of, I wish they came out in the same week.
Yeah. And speaking of things Bendis does, I have been
it's Avengers number something.
But this is Avengers number 27, part of the AVX. This issue, though, I really, really felt for, it's not Marvel Boy, he's not, what do they call Novar these days? Protector or something?
No.
He's the Protector. I really felt for him in this issue. He tries to do the right thing by his adoptive planet and by his home planet, that really he's from another dimension, so these are as close as he's got to home. And he gets screwed over left and right. He screws people over, but he thinks he's doing the right thing. And then when he tries to fix it, he just pisses off the other side, and he ends up like Man Without a Planet. It's so sad. So sad.
X-Men Legacy 268.
Really good issue. I finally, I didn't know the character Frenzy from Home Wall.
Just based on the cover, you should probably read this after AVX 5. Avengers versus
it's
just based on the cover.
Apparently though,
Mighty Morphin Power Phoenix.
After the whole thing, Power goes straight to Cyclops' head. He goes straight from no, I want to save the mutants. And next thing you know, he's in the middle of Africa going, I got Phoenix now. I'm going to stop war across the world. And it's just what the hell?
That's all I'm picturing in these pages.
So far, apparently, they haven't used it to do anything to save the mutants.
Well, I've been a week.
I was going to save all the mutants and bring them back. No, wait, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to Africa.
Superboy 10.
Best issue of Superboy so far. It was exactly what Superboy and Teen Titans needed. It was an issue that stopped pushing this cram down your throat 90s, look what we can do kind of agenda that's been happening with this, the culling and all this stuff. It's finally an issue that stops and lets you go, look, we don't really know these characters yet in this new 52. Let's have a primarily conversation issue, a character growth issue between the new 52 Superboy and the new 52 Wonder Girl. The dialogue was actually decent. I love to tell you, Lobdell hurts me when he makes people talk. This issue was okay, and
we almost held hands.
Almost. I mean, again. But also, what makes me happy is a guy named Sebastian drew Superboy. I haven't been this happy since an actor named Sebastian played Ted Kord on Smallville. These are the little things in life that get me through.
Ravagers number 2
was okay.
Steed and Mrs Peel number 6. There's the number.
There is Mr. Peel in this issue, but he doesn't rate the cover. It's still really good, but it's still whatever they did with the old art that they're doing for this. It's blurry. It's like reading a 3D comic without 3D glasses. And
that's your review every time.
Well, no, it wasn't for the last issue. The last issue they had it pretty much in sync. This issue, it's all again, and it's just hard.
Massive number 1. This is a dense book. This is
really, really good. Yes, it was a lot to read.
I enjoyed it though.
But it was really,
you don't need
really
to read
good.
The prequels and Dark Horse Presents.
This
is another Brian Wood book that is just going to take the indie world by storm.
It's so good.
If you like DMZ, if you like anything, he's written
a post-natural apocalyptic world, and the crewmen that are trying to keep civilization going to an extent.
Planetoid #1.
It's a lot of fun. I wasn't sure what to make of this. I figured I'd take
I remember this or preview.
Yeah,
there we go.
Guy crashes on a planet with a weird magnetic field that just basically attracts junk, or if your spaceship gets too close to it, it messes all your circuits and then just pulls you down. And he's basically trying to, find his way off, and there's other people there telling him, look, you may have to accept the fact that you're stuck here, but it was pretty good.
Fantastic Four 607. Not as strong as previous issues, but still just as good.
It was good. It's just this is
one of those shots that are amazing.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of one shots, so it took a second to adjust to the fact that this is a
two-part.
This is a building to. Not every issue has to be the climax of something. You can have stuff that's just laying groundwork for something else. And this is a groundwork issue, and he's Jonathan Hickman. He does groundwork just as well as he does climaxes. Ask any woman he's been with. I don't know.
Congratulations, Miss Hickman. If there is a Miss Hickman. If not, there will be now. Uncanny X-Force 26. I enjoyed this. There were moments that had me laughing. There's a Gary pointed this out, that that little guy who used to help us. He pointed out there was an Arrested Development mention, and that's pretty awesome.
So there's a lot of good stuff.
The last couple pages, it's like, oh man.
When you have a group that gets together and starts referring to themselves as the New Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and one of their members, whose name I can't forget, the guy with the little fez. I remember him from New Mutants.
He was also in an earlier issue.
Yeah, but I remember him from a long time ago in the New Mutants. And he's sitting there and he goes, so really, that's what we're going with? We're going to call ourselves the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? And that's just fun.
Incredible Hulk 9. Okay. Resurrection Man #10.
Really, really good. And I'll admit that...
And it's ending at issue 12, I found out.
What?
It's one of the ones that are going to cancel.
No! And they just put Jesus Sayas on here. They better put him on something, because the reason I jumped on is because
on the zero issue.
I'll read anything you have Jesus Sayas draw. You can have Jesus draw, I don't know, what's something that I would totally hate.
Ninja Turtles?
No, I don't hate Ninja Turtles.
Power Rangers?
No.
Winnie the Pooh?
You're a very strange man. But, no, you'd have him draw pretty much anything. And I'd be like, stop thinking, let's review the next thing.
If you read the Countdown to Infinite Crisis,
he could write an entire book of alternate realities where someone just goes from reality to reality, killing all the Ted Cords, and I would be there. He killed Ted Cord the first time. That's what he did.
Legion Lost #10.
It was good. It's not the strongest, and I am.
Yet?
No, they're almost. I'm actually getting a little tired of the just send these Legionnaires home. We found out in the 90s that Legionnaires getting stuck in the modern era DCU is fun for 4 or 5 issues, and is tiresome past that. And just send them home. They can be lost in space in the future. There's plenty of future to be lost in. Just get them out of here.
Incorruptible 30. I thought this was coming out before Irredeemable, so when I saw this, I was a little confused. But I guess this ties in the end.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah, this is right after.
How do you top the ending in Irredeemable, though?
Well, this one stays in its own universe. This one gets less metaphysical and more physical. But it's really good. I've loved this series. I liked Irredeemable. I loved Incorruptible, and yeah, it went out with a
bang.
With a boom. I did a boom.
6 Gun #23.
So good. Stop not reading it. Buy this book. 'Tis the most amazing of indie books, and it's so good. And I always try and explain it to you.
I buy
and you
it.
Stare at me, camera.
Awesome.
You stare at me with your unexpressive eye. Internet, read 6 Gun. There's 3 trades out, despite the fact that the ads in all of Oni's things always just show. Look, they show trade 1, trade 2. They never show you trade 3.
We sold a ton of 3s.
It's out there.
So,
they sold a ton. Yep.
Invincible 92 continues to be the best superhero book in the universe because it's sort of dealing with Mark, and it's sort of dealing with the new Invincible, and it's pretty awesome. And you get a lot of flashback to where Rex and Monster Girl went for a little while and how they come back earlier. There's a lot of backstory that I think they're going to do this in the next arc, and it was just confirmed that it confirms in here that Corey Walker is drawing the next one. There was a lot of rumors to it. So, Captain America 13.
Sorry, I had an Adele moment. What is this?
Captain America 13.
Captain America 13 is so good.
Not after that moment, it is.
Oh yes, it is. It's beyond so good. This book, they've got, you know, we've established that D-Man, Demolition Dump, is the new Scourge of the Underworld, but it really drives home in this issue that Henry Peter Garrick is an ass, and this is so good. I can't wait to see where this goes.
Let's continue.
It's so good.
Let's continue with Captain America and Hawkeye 622. They probably should have renumbered this and kept the number for that, but
Yeah,
whatever.
it makes it seem like a lot of team-up
A
things.
lot of caps.
I'm actually kind of happy. I just saw the solicits for, it goes Captain America and Hawkeye, Captain America and Iron Man, and then Captain America and I forget who, but it's going to end up tying in stuff that's happened because Hawkeye will guest star and Iron Man will guest star, and so all of this is tying in. I love Cullen Bunn anyway. He's the fantastic writer of the Sixth Gun that I was just going nuts over. This is really
He's also
good.
taking over.
He's taking over everything. Cullen Bunn is like, he's like
Venom.
He's like Bendis Jr. over at Marvel. Just gets his hands on everything. But yeah, this is really good. It wraps up the Hawkeye part of the crossover and sets things up for the Iron Man next time.
Stitch number 5.
I'm shaking a can.
Yeah, still not.
I really like this book. I don't care what you like.
I'm just saying.
I know that you need it to be sicker and more twisted, like your.
No, I know. I haven't read
Yeah.
Crossed in forever. I gave up on Crossed.
You
Slasher was coming out bi-weekly, and I couldn't keep up with that. There's too much to read.
But yeah, this is real. It's a really well done war backdrop horror movie in comic book format. That's all you need to know.
Valen and the Outcast 7.
You always say Valen and the Outcast like they're
Valen the
they're a
Outcast.
really bad 80s band.
For some reason, all right. Here's the story behind it.
Josie and the Pussycats. Opening act.
If
Valen
I
and the
were to show
Outcast.
you in the system, there's a Valen and the Outcast and Valen the Outcast. There are 2 different titles for it in the system.
I don't know what to tell you. Originally it was just called, you know, the Outcast, but then they got told.
I like
somebody
Valen
else
and the
is doing it.
Outcast. It's going to stay that way.
That's good. If we form a garage band, that's going to be it. We will be.
We can
We
form-
are Valen and
We
the
can form a
Outcast.
studio band.
Our first album is called
Empty.
2 Titles in the System.
Emptiness.
It's so good. They were knocking it over at can I say Newsarama? They were knocking it at Newsarama because they said, you know, oh, it doesn't do enough for if you're just jumping in. What's not to get? There's
angry people.
It's an undead guy pissed off at a bigger undead guy, and all the relationship between. There's more explanation in this between the relationship between the characters in this book than there has been in any other one given issue. So I don't see what the problem was.
Pantha, number 1. I like
I just like saying
Pantha.
Pantha.
That was well timed. Pantha, that's an ass.
We're both the same kind of stupid. Yeah, she's not, you know. Yeah, there's no one
Mamba.
in here. No, none of the characters.
Mamba.
None of the characters in this book are really dressing for, you know, empowered, enlightened, equal respect for
They'll
women.
be empowered later.
You know,
Based on
this
this
is
book.
this is
There.
more of the
Let's
set the equal rights movement back a few notches.
If you're
But
a
the
fan
book
of
itself,
Vampirella, all you.
yeah, the book itself was pretty good. Again, we've got another issue of
Mamba.
Egyptian mythology tie-ins for the world of Dynamite. But yeah, you got Pantha versus Mamba, and it's always fun.
Suicide Squad number 10. It says Harley Quinn returns. It should really say Yo-Yo returns and is a badass.
Our
Because
favorite character.
I was sitting there reading like, okay, this is okay. This Yo-Yo turns up like best book ever.
This half-digested face.
So good. Yo-Yo is the best character in this book because he's so stupid and useless. He's become the best, and now he's a badass.
Any book that has a character say with a completely straight and actually angry face, "I've spent the last week living in King Shark's lower intestine." I've been in his lower intestine. That's
Wins.
Really?
It wins book of the week.
Speaking of things that look like they came out of King Shark's lower intestine.
If this came out during when Batman and Robin didn't come out, it would be book of the week because of that. Deathstroke 10.
We have to,
No, there's no reason to review that book. That is the worst book in the DC universe now because of a certain person who is taking over.
It is painful, and I tried because it's Lobo, and I like Lobo in Omega Men. I liked I loved Lobo when Giffen and DeMatteis had him for Justice League.
I love Deathstroke when Kyle Higgins wrote it and owned it.
Oh yeah, this is a far cry from the Kyle Higgins run on this
Sorry,
book.
Kyle, you just keep writing Nightwing and killing that book because that.
But I will say this: he truly, whatever it is that he's doing, Rob Liefeld totally believes in it. He's going for the hard sell. It's just not.
No one cares.
It's just no. He's got his followers. I Neil.
Yeah, Neil.
but it's just not working. And some of this stuff, like really, this is the biggest badass the DC universe has. This is him, really looking kind of squeaky clean and on the same kind of motorcycle you'd see an old man driving down any street in Florida. This is what we get.
That was weird. That was really weird.
That's all the time. But yeah, this is the guy whose name means he who eats your entrails and thoroughly enjoys it, because I'm just not feeling the...
Big fan.
Yeah.
I don't know what these books are because I didn't put them in here, but Warzone 1?
Yeah, these are books that...
Dennis gave these to you. So Warzone 1.
Warzone number 1, this is from... who the hell are these guys? Bleeding Ink? Yeah, Bleeding Ink Comics. It's the story of a couple of Marine vets who've taken up to, they saw some horrible things, so they get caught up in drugs to forget about that. But then between flashbacks and whatever, they get caught up in a bigger mess. And when one of them dies, he starts haunting the other one with the idea of, no, you're not letting this crap go. You're going to fix this. These drug dealers and these crooked cops need to go down. So it's a whole lot of things. It was a lot more fun than I expected it to be.
Sensory Distortion trade paperback?
Yes, this is also from Bleeding Ink. It's from the same people that did this. It's from
written by
Jesse Grillo and art by David Brain.
Oh, good for them.
Same guys. Apparently, they're big on drug-induced comics because this one
Big
is
Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah, this one is a whole thing of
Floyd's
you've got people going on almost like a vision quest with their drugs here, and then there's the what are they seeing that's real and what isn't.
Like Fear and Loathing too.
The art is really good, and it was a lot of fun.
Here, let's do this first because that leads into the. Okay, I got what you're doing.
We can wrap up. All right. So here's Dark Horse with the Strain. Yeah, we just make this crap up as we go. Strain number 5. All right, based on the Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan the Strain series. It's vampires turned back into horrible, scary monsters, and it's so good. They're doing such a great adaptation of this. I don't remember who's doing the art on this, but it doesn't want to tell me because everything's set up to look like a movie poster, and I can't make sense of it. Whoever it is, they're really, really good, and I really, really like this book. Coincidentally enough, I got this in the mail. Now, I reviewed this as a hardcover. This is the last book in the series, The Night Eternal. Again, with Guillermo del Toro, Chuck Hogan. It's out in paperback. It's $9.99 at your Barnes and Nobles. So if you want to run,
Books A Million, if
you
still
can find one.
Borders, Borders sell books.
Borders. Yeah, if you can find a bookstore, if you can find a local bookstore, but run by a little bookshop in your neighborhood, go to them. Ask them to get it. Really, really good stuff.
99%.
It's come from the book to the comic. The next step has got to be a movie or a TV series, something. Guillermo del Toro. If you liked any of what he did with vampires in Blade, now imagine that he kicks that up 6 notches and gets rid of any of the comic book related stuff, and it's just scary as vampires.
Sebastian forgot to mention this because he's not caught up to this, so he would have no reason to. Walking Dead Volume 16 came out last week, and this is amazing, and it catches you up. The current issues are 97 and 98. We have plenty of those in stock, so you buy this, you buy those issues to get caught, because you're going to want Walking Dead 100. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be one of the coolest books. I read 99 that comes out next week. 100 is going to be absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss this. So pick this up if you're reading in trades. That's cool. You're going to want 100 regardless. I wish I could tell you what we're doing right now, but I can't. But just know that 52 is coming. That's all.
Building up towards our 52, and 52 is
52 is coming. That actually makes a lot more sense. I can't tell you anything, but thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week.
I love you, interwebs.
Yeah, I won't be gone for another year.